These are my essay questions for chapter 11. The first question is, what is the difference between an EPSP and an IPSP? So they're basically opposites of each other. So an EPSP is an excitatory synapse, which means that it's trying to depolarize the synaptic membrane, which just means that it's trying to create a more positive charge. And with an IPSP, it's an inhibitory synapse. So it's doing the opposite. It's trying to create more of a negative charge. The next question is, what specifically determines whether an EPSP or an IPSP will be generated at the postsynaptic membrane? So whether or not an EPSP or an IPSP occurs really depends on the neurotransmitters, where they bind, and then create graded potentials. So those are what's going to really send the message to either fire or not to fire to that initial axon segment. And the final question is, since at any moment a neuron is likely to have thousands of neurons releasing neurotransmitters at its surface, how is neural activity to fire or not to fire determined? So the neuron decides what to do with the information through neural integration. So it's a culmination of the EPSPs and IPSPs, many of them, all of them coming in. So basically it's going to look at all of this and assess if there's enough EPSPs to create that axon potential, if it's going to reach that threshold of, I believe, 55 millivolts. So generally resting, it's at a -70. So if there's enough EPSPs to create a large enough spike to send it over that threshold, then the action potential will occur. IPSPs can inhibit that from happening. If there's enough, it can stop it. So if there aren't enough EPSPs, or if the EPSPs aren't coming in quick enough and the IPSPs are able to override them, then that's when an action potential will not occur, and it's actually going to send the voltage down even lower, making it even more difficult for an action potential to occur.